Kreative TV. Hey everybody, it's your boy Jazz. Listen with another segment, Kreative TV. Oh, and by the way, if you like what you see, please, by all means, like or subscribe. Don't make me have to beg. The situation here, case scenario about a domestic dispute, a military wife, boyfriend, a husband. Anyway, he's he's been taking a beating. He's been taking a beating. Um, and she basically gaslights the situation with the authorities, basically saying he's been manipulative and all this other stuff. But anyway, let's play the clip. Let me know what you think.
Nothing. You think that you can just ignore me when I'm trying to talk to you about my...
On January 9th, 2023, a distressed man arrived at the police station to report a domestic disturbance at his home. He was eager to share his story with law enforcement, seeking assistance with the situation he had experienced.
Hello. Good, how are you? Did you call?
I didn't call anybody, but I talked to her.
Right. What happened?
So, my name is, can I start? Or
Yeah.
My name is Nate. I live in, I don't know if you're familiar with that area. So this morning, I have an incident with my wife. I'm in the military, I'm a staff sergeant. And I already talked to the MPs and I talked to my leadership, my first line supervisor, about the incident that happened this morning. Mm-hmm. And pretty much, my wife and I were going through some disagreements right now, and she was hitting me.
Okay.
I know. I'm here because I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm kind of like worried about the consequences. So I don't want to kind of like lose my career or put myself in a position where my career is going to be jeopardized. I already talked to my first line too. Mm-hmm. And he said that he can put me in a barrack room and all this stuff, okay, which is what I'm trying to avoid. When I talked to them, they told me the same thing. Even if I'm a victim, that pretty much the law favor the spouse. In this case, I don't know if you're familiar with that part. Though what I'm hearing is just, we start arguing through the weekend. Mm-hmm. Result of that, she was at the house. She came home yesterday she's in the reserve, so she came home yesterday from South Carolina. Uh-huh. I wasn't talking to her. I cleaned the whole house and just minding my own business. And this morning, I was getting ready to take my kids to daycare on post.
As he spoke with the officer, he revealed that his girlfriend, whom he also referred to as his wife, had physically assaulted him. This was a shocking claim, and the officer listened carefully as the man shared his side of the story. The situation became even more concerning when the man showed the officer video footage on his mobile phone, which he claimed would support his version of the events.
Okay, so this incident happened January the 9th, 2023. She just came home from North Carolina. Obviously, she's in the military. And so he was taking the kids to daycare because he wanted to go on with his day on the job. And all of a sudden, she just puts her hands on him, just gets violent, just starts being physically aggressive, this whole sort of thing. So he reports this to the officers in Georgia. Other issues won't say. But anyway, she's just aggressive. She's beating this guy. As you can see, if you look in the video clip, she's beating this guy, slapping this guy, and I'm thinking too, that's in the law of the state of Georgia, that is totally against the law. That's in any state. But if the shoe was on the other foot, my goodness, he would have been buried under the cell. But let's keep going here.
The video was difficult to watch, but confirmed the man's claim. The footage showed disturbing moments of the altercation, leaving no doubt about the severity of the situation.
And both of them, and I put them all in the car, and I guess she was thinking that we were cool. She was like, I was going to the gym in the afternoon, and I didn't tell her anything, so she kind of like went away inside of the house and closed the garage. So I was just getting ready to leave, and she opened the garage back and started talking to me arguing, and then she started pushing me and in the face, and then she started gaslighting me. And maybe I was saying things that I was gaslighting her too.
Like what?
Like ignoring her because I wasn't talking to her about. She was asking about. She was like, "Oh, I got it on video, but I'm not gonna show you until we finally talk." And then I was just.
What do you have on video?
I'm sure. I don't know if you've been through this before or years. I don't want to like mess up her career or like right now. I said right now she's at work and she think like I said she think that I'm bluffing about this, but I was telling her like I'm not gonna keep sponsoring the behavior that you're doing, which is pretty much right now out of social media. She's been talking to other guys, well, being married to me, and the reason why we went to social work before and we've been through it is because while I was deployed, she was cheating on me. So
There you have it. Somebody on the job saw his girlfriend or wife and reported to him that she was unfaithful. There you have it. There you have it. That explains everything. That explains her behavior, her violent behavior, hitting a man in the face and things like that, because they told him. They told him, said, look, we saw your girlfriend, your wife with another man.
Can you turn it sideways for me so it's bigger? Thank you.
there's a couple.
Okay.
So this is the first one that I kind of like. It was working out.
You think Chris can act like this? He's a smart father of the year, huh? You can't just make it easy? Why do you have to be so difficult? Why do you have to be so difficult?
You want to make it easy for you?
I'm not. It can be easy for everybody. You just want to make my life miserable because you have this persona in your head, thinking that I'm cheating on everybody. And if I am, I would like to see proof. Because there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. And that's what's funny. I'm not intimidated by you anymore. I'm not scared by you. There's nothing that you can do to intimidate me. Nothing.
Now, this behavior is outraged. You can imagine the children in the back seat seeing all of this. And his friends basically are saying, look, we caught her with another man, she's cheating. Here it is, she's acting out. You know, signs of denial. Let's be realistic about it. She's guilty. She's trying to talk her way out of the situation, and she doesn't want to seem, but she's already been caught. And not to mention the video cam. I don't even know if she even sees that she's being recorded. I don't think at that point when she got violent that she sees it. But now when he goes and reports it to the authorities, then yeah, she's going to figure out, okay, yeah, her whole actions have been recorded. Yeah, smile. You're on candid camera.
You think that you can just ignore me when I'm trying to talk to you about my kids? Huh? I'm not afraid of you.
And as you can see, she's really trying to intimidate him. He's not trying to lash back. The kids are in the car. He's keeping his composure. She's basically trying to use something against him by pushing him herself.
I'm sick of you always trying to intimidate me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you.
Will you coming to the next relationship?
She's right.
Who?
My wife.
Where is she?
The white car.
The truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm sure she can tell that she's texting me and calling me.
Okay.
And she.
Does she know you're here?
Yeah, because she's seen my location. Well,
Okay. Stay in here for just a minute, okay? $25. Can I get another unit with me? I've got the other party showing up here at headquarters.
What was that unit?
$25. Hello. Are you Kelly?
Yes.
Can I talk to you for just a minute? Okay.
Oh, check that out. She was there. Okay. So I'm sure that whenever he went to go file a report, she followed behind him because she knew that it was the end of the line for her. She knew this already. But if you had a case, why didn't you go inside with him? And my thing is too, if there's signs of infidelity and you know you're cheating on this man, your best advice you could ever get to yourself is leave. But no, she continues in this thing, and you can just only imagine how long this has been going on. You know, the kids had to see this. You know, they could have went to counseling. They could have done everything they could as far as trying to keep it, a happy home, and for the kids. Because, I mean, after all, it is for the kids, and their safety is a great concern. So let's keep going here.
When the officer arrived at the property, he saw a woman trying to leave. Her behavior immediately raised suspicion. She seemed in a hurry to leave the scene, which seemed strange given the circumstances. The officer stopped her and asked if she had anything to do with the disturbance. The woman denied any involvement in a crime. She began to offer her version of the story, but her response felt off to the officer. It seemed like she was trying to avoid responsibility for what had happened. The woman then tried to deflect blame by giving conflicting statements. She changed her story several times, seemingly trying to confuse the officer.
Hey, I'm Officer Moran. What's going on with your husband?
I mean, I'm sure you know his side of the story. It's
and I want to get yours. So
yeah, it's probably true.
Okay.
What he said.
What do you think he told me? Like, I'm just trying to get your side, okay?
We've been going through this for 3 years.
Yeah,
it's
it
just
sounds
not,
like it's
it
a long
hasn't
time.
gone this far.
Wait a minute. They've been through this for 3 years. It's impossible for anybody to be happy in a relationship where there are toxic, it's toxic traits involved. Let's be realistic. 3 years? No.
I don't know. I'm sure he told you everything. He's really good at building cases against me. He's
Okay.
a very smart man.
Okay, so what from your perspective, what happened?
He knows how to push me past my limits and manipulate me to the point to where I finally break, and then he does stuff like this.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, like in general, that this is like an ongoing thing. But what about today? How did he do that today?
Trying to threaten that he's going to have full custody of our children.
Okay.
Not say that exactly, but don't worry about it. I got it. The words that he says, I don't even know how to put it in word for word right now.
Okay. So you feel like he was provoking you?
Of course, he always does.
Okay, so how did the argument start?
He accuses me of stuff that's not true.
Okay.
And he sees time.
No, ma'am. Newsflash. You were provoking him. The video says everything. You should have went on about your day. If you knew that if he's not responding to you, if you knew that whatever you had said was going to be silent treatment because he was trying to avoid a confrontation or would have escalated worse, you should have thought in your mind to get into your car and drive off and cool off and try later. No, that didn't work.
Tiny parts of little stories or little stuff that goes on, and then he makes this story in his mind as if it's true, and it's not. And I don't know how much longer, I can't even plead my case because he will bring up another thing on top of that. Can we talk privately at work?
Yeah, we can step off to the side here. We can't go inside right now. I'm not trying to have you put all your business out there. So he was accusing you of things, right?
Stuff that's not true, and I'm just sick of it.
Yeah. So, and then what happened after that? So you guys were arguing.
I'm sure you've seen videos and stuff. Can you just
I'm trying to get your perspective because it's not fair for me to only get one side of the story when there are at least two sides to the story.
You know my side. I'm sick of. I was for so long a stay-at-home mom living in
his shadow, and I finally just am becoming.
Okay, stay right here for just 1 second, okay? I want to hear what you have to say, but give me 1 minute, okay? Okay, so like I said, there are at least two sides to every story, right? And it's not fair for me to only have one person's side, okay? I understand you guys have ongoing issues.
Can you tell me what's going on after this?
I am investigating a domestic violence incident. That's what's going on. Okay? And what's happening right this moment is I'm trying to get your side. Okay?
I don't know. I don't really have a side. There's nowhere I can go. He's trying to kick me out of our house. I cannot leave. There's nowhere for me to go.
Okay.
Clearly, she was trying to divert attention away from her role in the altercation. She believed that by creating confusion, she could escape the consequences of her actions. However, instead of making things easier for her inconsistent statements only complicate the situation. Despite her attempts to mislead the officer remained calm and professional. He allowed her to speak for as long as needed, but carefully noted everything she said. As the woman spoke, she eventually admitted that the argument with the man had started because of issues involving child safety and custody. This added a sensitive and emotional layer to the case, which made the situation more complex.
Now, he said you have, like, friends in the area. I'm not kicking you out of your house, just to be clear.
I'm talking to the police officer. Mom, I know. I'm talking to the police officer. Can I? He has friends too. We both have friends.
Again, I'm not taking sides.
I know.
But...
I don't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
I have family that live on the West Coast in California and Nevada.
Okay. So you guys are arguing. Okay. And is this how it usually goes? You guys argue and then it escalates?
No. I mean, we'll argue, but we're quick to get over it. It's just, I see your prior service. I'm military as well. I'm a reservist. I had my drill weekend. I just graduated the Drill Sergeant Academy in November. And from day one, I'm sure you know what we...
Wait a minute. She just graduated as a sergeant in the military academy. And you're acting like this? This is a slap in the face in the military. What? You're supposed to know better than that. You're supposed to have led by example. Unbelievable. But here's the thing. The officers already figured out that this is a situation that what she's trying to do, she's trying to flip the script here. She's using diversion to make it seem that she is a victim of why she did what she did. But the video says something totally different. Let's keep going here.
This is actually law enforcement, but...
Okay, well, day one, when day zero, I'm sure you've seen shark attacks and stuff. We had, from day one when I was at the academy, he fought with me every day. He doesn't like when I leave because of a history that we have.
Right.
When I leave for military. So.
And that's got to be super stressful, too.
Yes. I had my drill weekend this weekend. And I stay on FaceTime with him. I share my location. I answer all his calls and all his text messages in the timely manner that he would like. And I was at the gym, and I wasn't answering them fast enough for him.
When were you not answering?
Saturday.
Fast enough?
Saturday.
Okay, Saturday. Gotcha.
And I'm like, he was at a funeral, so I knew that we weren't going to be really talking on the phone anyways. And he's calling and calling and calling, and I answer, and he hangs up, and he's like, check your text messages, and then hangs up again. And I see I wasn't responding to his text messages and answering his questions, which was, are you off for the day? And I said, yes, I am. Everything okay? What's going on? And he's just...
Okay, here's the thing. If they're FaceTiming each other and they're calling each other and she's not answering right away, that could be a sign of a person being controlling. But you also have to look in his mind too. His friends just told him they saw her with another man. What do you do? I mean, you got to leave, but that might have been. I'm sure it was a shock to him, to find that out. Let's keep going.
Like, why aren't you answering my text messages? You're leaving me undelivered. I don't know what reset the phones did, because his phone did the same reset. The red receipts are not on anymore, and like the sound changed for our phones for like ringtones and stuff. For some reason, it was a weird reset. Maybe other stuff happened, but those are the two that happened to both of our phones.
Okay.
So I don't know why my red receipts were off. His are off too now. And so he was mad that my red receipts were off. And so I still stayed on FaceTime with him, stayed on video, because he wants me to FaceTime him 24/7 when I'm away from him. And I was on FaceTime with him, but it just still wasn't good enough for him. And so it just started an argument from that day, from that moment, around 4 o'clock.
On Saturday?
On Saturday.
Okay.
Until midnight. He was saying he was going to himself. He had my kids with him. I was gone. And I just, he's loco.
Yeah.
And so we argued that entire night, and I'm just like, you know what, I can't do this. One of my drill sergeant leaders from the academy, we follow each other on social media. He swears that just because we're friends on social media, that I'm and it's not the case at all. And I tell him, because he's so crazy, and he reaches out to every single guy that likes a picture on my social media.
Okay, here's the thing. I think she should have, reassured him. Okay, if there was a guy on social media where they're good friends, yeah, I don't know. That could be like a touchy situation, Now, this is my opinion. If I had a wife, and let's just say I had female associates, I'm gonna just reassure her. Look, there's nothing going on. Matter of fact, it's me and the wife. I'm not gonna lead her on thinking that there's something going on outside that isn't, because I mean, and you could say it's insecure or not, but people just want to know, or they want to be reassured that in a relationship like this, because let's face it, it happens. People cheat, it happens. Who wants to be cheated on? Or know that the person they've been with, where they have kids and that have established a family, that significant other is involved in infidelity. Let's be realistic about it.
Media. Like, what are you doing? What are your intentions with my wife? Why are you guys friends? Tell me. Like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I tell him, if you think that, like, reach out to all these people. At the end of the day, I'm a reservist. That drill sergeant leader is a reservist. He has a lot of connections. Who knows the networking that he and I can do in the future?
Right. So he can't have any male friends.
He doesn't I cannot have male friends. He does not understand that. And so it just, one argument led to another, and I'm just like, I'm done. And then he's telling me he's kicking me out the house and all this stuff. So I know how crazy he can get. He has locked me. He has emptied my bank account. He knows he's taken professional hacking courses. He knows how to hack into anything that I have. I do not have any personal identity outside of him, because he gets into everything. He's a professional hacker in the military. So one time he financially tries to paralyze me, like doing this in ways.
Okay, let's think about this, and I apologize. If he's constantly in her DMs, if he's constantly in the messages, and he's constantly, does it sound like that he trusts her? Because, I mean, if you trust someone, you're not going to go that far where you're constantly, you know what I mean? You give people benefit of a doubt, but in this case, yeah, he's doing too much, but it's for a reason. Whatever she's done in the past, he's got to stay on his. That's a lot of work involved, let me add, to keep up and find out her whereabouts, especially if she's, in South Carolina, on base, to find out her whereabouts. And then you got to FaceTime a person, and it's just too much. It's a sign of this. It could be some trust issues there.
Ways that I cannot overcome from. He over a period of time would ask me my security questions of my phone, like, oh, for example, my name is Niall. They called me that as a kid. What did they call you? And I was like, oh, they called me Gabi. Boom, my security question. What is your childhood nickname? What if my first car was this? What was your first car? I told him, oh, what color was it? Boom. And that was true. He's so smart.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I'm being tested sometimes or not, because it could be just an mutual conversation.
Right.
So
that makes you super paranoid, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he has tried to kick me out multiple times. He has emptied my bank account, taken my keys, taken my phone, put tracking devices on my car. I hacked into anything of my phone, my work phone, anything, my computers, anything.
So you have no privacy.
I have no privacy. And I just am so angry that he was trying to do that again to me this weekend. And
What specifically was he trying to do this weekend?
like he plays mind games, and I'm kind of catching on to how he plays. He will make up a little scenario and play that scenario as if it's a real story, as if something really happened, as if he knows already. Like, oh, I already know you did this, so why don't you just tell me? And it's like it never happened, but because you know of maybe a snippet that I know that person, you know that where that person works, and maybe I've been in the same location as that person, he puts his own story together as if like I already know this happened, but it never happened. But that's how he thinks that he can catch me and other people in lies. And it's just, this morning he was playing mind games with me and with me.
Like, how was he doing that? What was he doing that about?
Telling me he wanted me out of the house by the time I was done with work, that I'm not going to be living there anymore. Pretty much just trying to keep me out of the house.
At one point during the conversation, the woman also shared that she had no financial resources or assets to support herself. This statement revealed some of her personal struggles. She faced challenges beyond the current situation which might have contributed to her behavior. However, despite these personal challenges, the officer knew that he had to focus on the facts and the seriousness of the situation.
Telling me, like, and I was trying to get the kids ready because we both mutually get them ready, take the kids to school and everything.
Yeah.
But he wasn't letting me help get them ready. And
Well, he said, I got it, because he knew you weren't going to take it. You were not in the mood to take the kids to school because you were too busy trying to get in his face, so to speak. And then she goes about how her resources are limited. Well, when you are a sergeant, you just been promoted sergeant in a military academy. No, I'm not going to buy that. They're not going to buy that either. So you're going to have to accept the responsibilities of what you're about to face here.
I was like, okay, well, I made them breakfast. What are we going to do? Like, can I take the kids to school? Like, what is the plan this morning? Because, like, don't worry about it. I got it. Okay, but, like, I mean, we have an infant. And I'm just like, okay. What's the plan when after work? Are you picking them up? We usually go to the gym every day after work. I said, what's the plan? Like, are you picking them up? Or are we going? Don't worry about it. I got it. You're not in the picture anymore. And it's just like, it's the mind games. Like I want to be just as involved, but again, what he accuses me of is what he's doing. I'm trying to play this perfect narrative to everybody else, but he's trying to play the perfect narrative.
So what did he accuse you of today, if anything?
Oh, having sex with multiple men over the weekend, entertaining other men in my DMs. People tell me my stuff is really locked down. I added people that I went to the academy with. I was with them every day for 9 weeks straight.
Yeah.
I have a right to have them as a friend.
Yep.
If they heart one of my stuff, or if they call me pretty, like, it sucks. But I mean, I'm not saying, okay, let's go on a date. Like, it's just like, thank you, and then that's it. If they try to go further, I don't let them. But none of them have.
Yeah.
But just because I don't stop them when they tell me I'm pretty, nothing has gone further than a compliment. But because I don't stop them when they tell me I'm pretty.
No, we're not saying that you can't stop them from complimenting you, but there should be a certain line of respect towards your husband. You should supposed to, and this goes for women too and men. If an opposite person within that circle is saying the opposite, either one of you, you look nice, take it as a compliment. That's all it is. Move on. But it sounds like in this conversation that she's making a lot of excuses, and more than one guy has given her too many compliments. So I feel the husband. I feel the husband. It seems like she's defending the fact that they're gonna say I can't help that. No, yes you can. You can by reassuring your husband that it's just you and him. That's it, and the kids. I mean, look at this. She's got a house. She's got a family. She's got everything she wanted, and she's willing to blow it away for nothing. Unbelievable.
And say, you need to respect that I'm married. Don't tell me I'm pretty. He has a problem with it.
Okay. I mean, that sounds exhausting and toxic. And I'm sure it pushes you beyond your limit. Would you say that's accurate?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow. The officer said it's toxic. I agree. I agree. I agree 100%. The relationship that they're in, it's just toxic. You know.
I can't imagine dealing with that. And it's extra hard when you have kids.
Yeah.
And that makes it that much worse.
Yeah.
So has it ever gotten physical with you guys?
Multiple times.
Okay. What has
I
happened
should
in
have. I
those?
should have filed domestic on him before he did me.
Well, what happened in the other times?
He's locked me in my closet. I have that one on video.
Mm-hmm.
He's locked me in my closet. I mean, physical abuse. He won't let me leave, so he'll grab me, put me up against the... He tries to confine me into corners and closets.
How does he do that?
By grabbing me, he's strong. He's held me down multiple times.
When did that happen?
It was a while ago.
Okay.
It was like 2020, 2021.
No, that's not what we saw in the video. It did not seem that he's stronger. Yeah, he's a man, but no, you were the aggressor. In the video, you were the aggressor. They saw all of that. You were the aggressor. No, I'm not going to buy it, and they're not going to buy it.
What else happened?
I mean, I put my hand on him. I'm sure there's no way out of that. Like, I'm sure he has video. He saw our security camera.
Did you put your hands on him today?
Maybe.
Kelly.
I mean, I'm sure you guys saw videos. I'm sure you guys have proof.
But again, I need your side.
You're hearing my side.
Okay. But here's the thing. If there's just a video of you going up and hitting somebody, I'm not in your mind at that moment. I'm not hearing what's going on with your thoughts. Okay? I'm not...
It's just always, he tries to make me fearful of him. He tries to intimidate me. He's manipulative. He plays psychological games with me. And I don't know how to combat them the proper way.
And that's when it turns physical?
Yes.
Okay.
He messes with me so much and
Yeah.
threatens that he's going to make sure that I'm so financially, mentally, psychologically paralyzed that I will never be able to overcome our separation because I want to leave.
Yeah.
So he's going to make sure he does anything possible to get any documents on me to hurt me so bad that at the end of the day, he's the winner. And it doesn't even need to be a winner or a loser.
No,
Like,
no,
needs to
it shouldn't
just-
be that a win or lose situation.
Yeah.
It's not a game, but I know you're saying that's his perspective. So when he acts like that, when he makes you feel like you couldn't be independent,
we have done counseling, and they've said if you feel like it gets to that, if you're gonna probably put your hands on him, if it's gonna get violent, you need to be able to walk away. And I used.
Wait a minute. You don't say. She just answered her own question. You mean to tell me if they told you while you and your husband, I don't know, if you were in counseling, that if it gets out of hand to walk away, then why did you not take your own advice? Why did you not take your own advice? But no, you pushed it too far. You put your hands on them now. So now, whatever what you're saying, the officers, they're looking at the facts. They're looking at the video. They're looking at your demeanor and how you changed the stories several times. It's not adding up. All these are important factors enough for them to make, a decision.
Should be able to leave, but he made it to where he would take my car keys, he would take my cell phone, take my debit card. He would make it to where I couldn't leave.
yeah. Did that happen today? Did he take any of your
No,
stuff?
but that's just his pattern.
Yeah.
Like, he's smart. He got me good today. He set it up perfectly to where it was right in front of our cameras. He's so smart.
So did you put your hands on him today?
After carefully collecting all the information, the officer made his decision. The man's video evidence and the woman's inconsistent statements left little doubt that the woman had been involved in the altercation. The officer determined that despite her efforts to avoid responsibility, she was the primary suspect. He had no choice but to act and ensure that she was held accountable for her actions. When the officer moved to arrest the woman, she resisted.
I mean, if the answer is yes, I want to hear the because.
There is no because. It's not right. There's no reason why.
I mean, I'm not justifying it, but at the same time, you can only be pushed so far. Did you just lose your cool? You said in the past you've been able to walk away.
I've tried a couple of times until he made it to it. Until he made it.
Okay, so you guys saw that they put her in handcuffs. So here's the thing: if this escalates to the point where, okay, well, she might do a couple of weeks in jail, and she might have to wait for a court hearing. And if the kids were involved, if the kids were in that car while she was, physically putting her hands, causing bodily harm to her husband, the judge might appoint custody over to the father, because what they will say is that she is considered unfit parent. So most likely they're going to give the kids to him. But wow.
Where I wouldn't be able to.
Okay. And
take my
were you?
keys.
I'm sorry. You said. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, he's done it. I've been able to walk, but I have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
My friends have spouses, their own lives. Like,
Yeah.
I have nowhere to go.
So you feel trapped.
Of course.
Did you feel trapped today?
It's not even that I felt trapped today. It was just like, I hate that he wants to get the last word, and I don't care about letting him. It's not about getting the last word or not. It's just about him telling me, him always threatening me with the children or with just life,
Yeah.
finances and stuff.
Did he do that today?
Of course.
What specifically did he threaten you with?
That he was going to ruin my military career. That he was going to, which he's done already in the past, contacted my chain of command before, that he was going to mess up my career, mess up the guy.
No, he didn't have to ruin anything. You did that on your own. The moment you put your hands on him and you started acting out, all because people said they saw you, it's you did that.
Guys' careers that follow me in like my Instagram stories and my posts.
Yeah.
And I'm not sexualized or anything on social media.
Right. So, assuming it did get physical today, what happened just prior to it getting physical?
I just want him to know that I'm not going to continue to live in fear of him. I'm not afraid of him. I'm sick of him thinking that I am going to live in fear of him.
So you just wanted to show him that you're not scared of him. Okay. And that's why you put your hands on him?
Can you just tell me what's going to happen?
Well, I have to.
It's unfortunate she's not paying attention about anything the officer is asking at this point, because in her mind, she already knows what's going to happen. She knows what's going to happen at this point. She knows that they're going to detain her and take her into custody. She knows this already.
I have to finish investigating what was alleged, okay? And then we'll make that determination. I'm not trying to play mind games with you or dance around things, but at the same time, I'm not going to tell you something that's not going to happen, okay? So hang out right here for just a minute. Let me talk to my partner over here, okay? So what's your plan for going forward in this relationship?
I've been asking for divorce for 2 years, but he got
What stops you from filing?
money. I've been contacting people all morning. I had a feeling he would do something like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't even know the first steps. I mean, I don't have support. I don't have family. I don't have anything.
Okay. I'm gonna have you step down here, okay? Put your phone down. Turn around and put your hand behind your back. Right now you're under arrest for simple battery under the Domestic Violence Act, okay?
The woman was formally charged. She was brought before a court and charged with 2 counts of simple battery in connection with the incident. The charges reflected the seriousness of her actions and highlighted the need to address domestic violence cases with the seriousness they deserve. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like.
Okay, at this point, they took her into custody. She's been found. They charged her. So most likely, at that time, she had to do some time. But she had plenty of time to get a divorce. If that was the case, why did you work on that right away 3 years ago? Why didn't you? But anyway, guys, if you like it, please, by all means, hope you enjoy it. Until then, peace. Kreative TV.